All right, so here we go. We've got another match analysis here. We've got the Mortal Kombat 11 NetherRealm's own pro competition here. This is a pro competition match. I believe this is winners finals that we're going to be taking a look at here. And this is going to be Kombat versus Semiij. So Kombat versus Semiij, two incredibly talented players here. And this is the NA Pro Tour. Like, this is potentially the biggest stage that the game is going to be having here, because this is where it is all at. And yeah, this is winners finals here, and we've got Cage versus Cassie. So a little family dispute. And here's the thing too to note. Cassie's a character that I feel like it's kind of maybe, first off, I don't think she is as deserving of the 950 health or whatever, and I think Cassie's a character that outside of Semiij you don't see many players really playing. You know, I don't know if the argument is that what she can do, other characters can do better. I personally like playing Cassie, but I think Semiij out here proving that this character has tools that are workable, right? This character is good in the right hands if you're willing to put the work in. And that's how he's got Cassie in winners finals. All right, lots of gunshots coming out. That low gunshot as well from Cassie feels like a must-have in the ability department. It's one slot, it's her combo extender, it's a great zoning tool, you duck under other projectiles, it's got a great list of perks. So not surprised to see it on Semiij's build here.
Both coming from this kind of
nice throw here. Johnny, one of the characters that does have a scary throw game, and the punish on the roll. Kombat is so good at this shit. He is definitely one of the best players around. Young as well too. I think he's only like 17, 18 years old, so still has a bright future ahead of him, and just the perfect timing to even beat the roll there by Kombat. Very well done. And wouldn't be surprised if he timed it specifically to be able to deal with that, right? When you knock somebody down, in order to roll, the roll has to be done at a specific timing. So he might have the right timing for his knockdowns to interrupt rolls and beat them, because rolls have to be done at a particular timing. You can't hesitate on your roll. Everything from the get-up system honestly has to be done at specific timings now. There is no, the only way to alter when you land is to do a breakaway, because then when you fall out of whatever hit, changes. But for the most part, your opponent should know, okay, this is about when you're going to be getting up, and if they've taken the time to lab like a bunch, they'll be able to have answers or options to kind of deal with every athlete. Makes me think I should lab more, to be honest. You can only roll at one time, you can only delay for a specific amount of time to get up, you can only get up attack at specific timings. Like, everything that you're doing has specific windows and must be done at. So you just need to put the answers to all of them. Look at this big opening here for Semiij though. Gotta be enough for the kill even. Takes the plus frames, takes the hit, and that is the round.
Got the round in part because
so Semiij's gonna answer back.
Look at that, able to not dominate, but right there in those final moments.
And saves a lot of resources. Haven't seen a bunch of crushing blows come out from either player. Also, both fatal blows available here. So really, really solid tools available as we move now into round 3. And round 1 very important, or game 1 very important to establish the opening sort of pace. Who's gonna have the early lead? Who's gonna be in the driver's seat early on? I think it's very important. Obviously, it doesn't always end up mattering, but it can be a big factor, and especially it's a good confidence boost moving into game 2 if you're moving in it from the winner's side. Nice little conversion there. Forces the breakaway from Kombat. Although, I mean, Semiij wasn't amplifying, and he wasn't going to go much further with that combo even if he had. Kombat, no defensive meter, and he's just going to get lit up here by Semiij. So you see Semiij finds a throw, and then he's going to close the gap. So now, what does Semiij do? He's going to look to move in here. Now, we all saw he killed him with guns, but how did he end up hitting him there with it? And he hit him by just swinging with some strings. He had just done a throw. Kombat perhaps anticipating a throw or a high of some sort. Cassie's got a handful of highs, and ends up letting go of the block button. It wasn't a counter hit. He wasn't pushing a button, but he was letting go of block. And that second mid there from Semiij gets the connection, and immediately into the gunshots Semiij goes, and that's going to be the kill as well here. Takes game 1.
It's right? Like, in that you are not taking effective damage each time, you are not dealing with like incredible
so we're going to move now into game number 2 here. Semiij obviously going to be continuing to lock in with Cassandra and Kombat. I think he does stick it out with Johnny here, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been, I watched this, but it's been a while since I had watched this, so I don't remember all the details. Okay, yeah, so it is going to continue to be Johnny here.
That they happen, or it's scary. It is really scary. Kombat's going to need to step it up here. I think that Kombat might need to get a little more.
And right now, looking at variations real quick, we didn't do it at the beginning of the first one. We've got kneecapping. That's the combo extender here for Semiij. We got shoulder charge. That's the combo ender there. And in terms of utility, we've got flipping out. So that's going to be used as a mobility tool. I don't think we're going to see much of it. I'm honestly almost surprised to see it on there at all. But Semiij does have faith in flipping out, so that is part of his build. And then over here for Kombat, we've got throwing shades, which is basically a crushing blow button, a comeback button. That's all it is. You don't see people obviously using throwing shades in the neutral or at any other time. It's used exclusively for that one time you blow your opponent up for 50%. And worth the slot. Honestly, worth the slot. He's also got pissed off for the armor break. Definitely a better armor break than Rising Star, but he's also got Rising Star. So 2 ways to break armor here for Kombat. And that Rising Star is going to be a good combo ender as well as neutral tool, because you can spend a defensive bar to amplify it on block and make it safe. And then pissed off is likely going to be a combo ender here for Kombat. Nice spacing here at the beginning. Just immediately backing away right from round start. Takes a quick step back, forces the whiff here from Semiij, who Semiij's fist probably swung right about here. Daddy's not home today. Oh wait, never mind. Yes, he is. And immediately coming in with that big whiff punish, and he's going to turn it into full damage here. Kombat also keeps it unbreakable there, going for that armor break. Semiij wisely opts to save his defensive meter there, though. That would have been a little bit rougher on him had he gone for an armor break. Alright, there's the launcher as well here, and the nut restand there, and that's a built-in Cassie move. She doesn't have to have it as a build. Back in MKX, it used to be part of one of her variations that she had the Ding Dong, but now in this game, built-in move. So the restand in the corner, really powerful tool. Not a lot of characters have restands in this game as well, particularly ones that leave you so close. And Semiij able to follow up the restand with a throw as well. And that's, I was about to say the life lead, but Kombat immediately answers back. There's the pissed off to close out the combo as well. And that's kind of been the tone for combo variety here for Kombat. Lots of pissed off as the combo ender. It's an armor break, it's good damage. Why wouldn't that be your go-to combo ender? And I don't necessarily expect he'll be changing it up. Oh, you know what? Rising Star doesn't break armor. So he has Rising Star, which you would typically lose your armor break. And then he has armor break in the form of pissed off. That's what the deal is. My bad. Got that wrong. Just thought about it again. Second pass. Oopsies. Sometimes the brain is deceptive. Man, nice throw here from Kombat again. Finds an opening. These force balls, you'd think Cassie Cage wouldn't care about it, but Kombat's not really leaning heavily on the force balls. So when he throws them, they're rather unexpected, and it allows him to get away with throwing them. The sparing use of those force balls enables him to, when he throws them, they're not being predictably ducked underneath by a gunshot. There it is again. You know, it's been a while since he'd thrown a force ball here, so Semiij is thinking like, oh, you know, he doesn't know where the force ball button is. He's forgotten yet again. And when he finally does throw another force ball, because he's so choosy with when he does throw them, he's not throwing them randomly or non-stop. He's actually getting connections with them. They're really working out in his favor because of that decision to be more deliberate with the placement of those force balls. Really solid stuff from Kombat.
On the flip side, this is someone who has proven time and time
forth.
again.
Look at that, though, the patience here from these players. Neither one of them wanting to fucking move. This is like a 5-second standoff here. 41 seconds on the clock. Both players are holding block. How long till somebody actually makes an offensive move? That
they could do so as well.
37, 4 seconds, 36 by the time it's over. So almost 5 seconds of them just staring each other down, not wanting to overcommit to anything. With where the life bars are at and the damage these characters can do, either one of them could really churn out some huge numbers. Both of them had breakaway, but it's also not great to be forced off your breakaway, right? You'd much rather keep that meter. Ooh, not going to get a chance there. What a lovely punish here from Kombat as well. So Kombat blocks Nut Punch. which is punishable, and Kombat's not going to let you get away with that. It's not the easiest punish in the game. I'm sure that it's a rather tight punish, but Kombat is going to be quick with his punish on it, and he's going to turn it into full unbreakable damage here. He goes into pissed off right after, so even if Semiij had tried to break, he would have lost the life anyway. Amplifies it for the extra damage, and now the life lead.
No! Oh no!
Semiij in a little bit of trouble here. Goes for the throw. Not going to find the hit there. And Kombat takes the game. Little teabag as well. But Kombat able to answer back here in game 2. The variation switch definitely being a part of it, I think. No longer has the camera, which he was using before. Now instead using the shades as well as the armor break and the Rising Star, which Rising Star didn't come up too much either, but he was using it occasionally to keep the pressure safe on block, which is exactly what Rising Star is for. It's an okay combo ender, I suppose, but when you've got pissed off, obviously pissed off is what you go for because that's what Kombat's doing. But access to Rising Star for its utility purpose of being able to be a move to use on block to keep things safe and keep your pressure kind of more ambiguous, great for that. Absolutely wonderful for that purpose.
Alright, so, any changes? What do we got here?
Variation-wise, looks like we got the same thing here, though, from Semiij. Still with kneecapping, still with shoulder charge, and that flipping out. I don't know why flipping out is here. I'll be honest. We didn't even see it used in that last game, I don't think. And flipping out, I think, is definitely a move that could maybe hit the bench here for Semiij. But Semiij is committing to it. The thing is, though, because it's not an offline tournament, Semiij might not have a variation that has the flipping out off of it. Like, that's part of the problem with us not getting access to the actual tournament user interface. Because the way it works in offline tournaments, and if you play in tournament mode on your Xbox right now, just, you know, with like a friend at your house, you pick your character, then you pick your abilities. And I think that's how the whole game should have been from the start. Not fuck this, like, make your variation, like, fuck all that. That is too much. So this is a much better system, and I hope we get it for online as well. There we go, though. Kombat takes the first round, and that pissed off at the end there guarantees that damage is coming through. And because he even has pissed off, Semiij doesn't feel confident in breaking away earlier in the combo either. He's like, oh, that's not pissed off, but the next hit could be. And by the time pissed off, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's that fear of pissed off that keeps you from breaking away and allows it to just, you know, let him get those extra extension hits as well. Because you don't want to get your armor snapped. That is the worst. It's not a crushing blow, at least. It could be way worse, like it is for some characters, but still. Big punish there. We've seen Kombat have a great use of his spacing game, right? Kombat's been doing a really good job. We saw early at the beginning of that round, perfectly back away from Cassie, in there with the punish. This time around, though, Kombat slightly makes a miscalculation. That's a big whiff punish here. Cassie jumps over it, and going to be full damage here. No breakaway to stop it either. I love this side switch combo from Semiij as well. So not only is Semiij getting this big whiff punish, and he patiently waits for those kicks to finish. He didn't get overzealous. He didn't go in right away and run into those kicks. He waited for them to finish, had the right timing. Now he's got the whiff punish, and he gets the side switch combo as well. Sends her dad straight to the corner, and now it's pressure time. Goes for a sneaky gun cancel, but Kombat was ready for that one. Uh-oh, this is going to be big. Breakaway is available. Going to come out in time to save it. Ooh, that was interesting. Didn't expect that to happen. Plus frames again, plus frames again. Semiij just keeping the plus frames over and over again. Kombat over-respecting that. It's a high, the first hit of that, so you can poke underneath it, but if the second hit is blocked, you are plus, so you do get to sort of take your turn. But if you're taking your turn with another high, it can be poked underneath. It's only +1. It's not that plus. And there it is, the kill. Look at this. Semiij just trying to find the opening. The chip here. Look at that chip that he just did. Like, he doesn't get a hit. Semiij has... life bars are fairly even. It's about 20%. And then Kombat connects on block. The cancel, all of this. He's got to hold that. Now he's a throw away from death. Or a string. Gets caught. And that will do it. Kombat going to take game number 3 and the lead.
Amazing. The 4-3.
So we're going to move now into game 4. Semiij has the opportunity to character switch. I believe that Semiij is no longer fully dedicated to Cassie. I want to say that he's even been seen playing a little Jackie here and there. So, you know, it wouldn't be surprising to see him switch, but he does stick it out with Semiij, or with Cassie. And same variation. Still flipping out. Haven't seen it used, and still taking it on the build.
Not easy to do regardless.
Not really sure if that's, you know, like I said, because he doesn't have a build, a variation created without the flipping out on there to kind of switch over to, but arguably a spot kind of wasted here for Semiij. He's been unable to really utilize that move. Not saying that move isn't good, but at least in this particular matchup, he hasn't been able to get anything out of it. This is a big crushing blow here, and that breakaway was just spent. So Semiij is going to get the full damage into the restand as well. That is such great numbers here. So he's already forced a breakaway here off of that anti-air. And now Kombat, look, I think he was going for a throw. He got counter hit here. So he got hit before the move went off instead of after. And because he got hit out of that, it was a high. That's going to be a big launcher, and he just spent his breakaway. The next tournaments are going to be coming soon, 1 Kilo Cam. Right now, we are just doing the 2v2s with Junkbox, which tomorrow is the next event. And then the Nightmare Series is going to be coming back after the Junkyard Brawl is done. So, I think Junkyard Brawl Week 3 is this week. There's 5 weeks altogether, and I should have an announcement for you guys during the Junkyard Brawl finale to kind of get started for the Nightmare Series coming back. Because the Nightmare Series is coming back soon. Definitely coming back soon. A big crushing blow from Semiij. I love this combo here as well. Doesn't opt to do anything too crazy, but does opt to move forward, let let Johnny fly into the corner over here, and now we've got corner combo and restand. Dude, my flawless blocks are awful. I can flawless block a handful of strings, but for the most part, I still got to work on it a little bit more. I want to get him better in the neutral. Like after I do a string that's and people poke, I need to get better at that. Look at this damage here. He actually stops the combo early for a throw. I think part of that is because he doesn't have anything to go any further combo-wise, right? Because he's not playing the traditional sunglasses variation that has the camera as well. He can't keep them on the ground to keep going. So the only thing he can do from here forward is launch. So because all he can do is launch, no launcher, we're just going to go for a throw. And now Kombat just needs one more hit.
There it is.
Patience. So the swing, and there, dude. That cancel is so good. Semiij still alive, though. Keeps it safe. Oh, no! That is so heartbreaking. So, the neutral scramble here. Both players in the danger zone. The fatal blow cancel's already been used. You don't have to worry about the fatal blow. And Semiij swings. Gets the counter hit, which would have been the kill with the crushing blow spent, but doesn't commit, and then gets crushed after. And that is heartbreaking. And now Kombat's on set point.
Just given the health deficit and all the momentum Semiij had into the corner.
All right, Shadow kicks him away. Oh man, look at this big combo. Drops it a little early. There was no breakaway coming there either. That was a straight up combo drop. There was no like waiting for a breakaway. That's oftentimes an excuse that players can sometimes use, but and not even an excuse. Sometimes it's the truth, but here not the case. Flip out. Finally seeing Flip Out come out. Doesn't get punished for it, but not really sure how much he got out of it. Got back to a mid-screen position, which is good. Cassie does well in the mid-screen. Johnny does great in the corner. And Cassie, while she does all right in the corner, she is still comfortable in the mid-screen. So keeping it in the mid-screen is not a bad idea against characters that excel so much in the corner. Lots of gunshots here from Cassie as well. Oh, the interactable. It's bonus damage. More damage than a normal throw. Use the cancel. Rising Star. He's got the meter for the cancel all the time. The drop. Cassie needs one more hit. Oh my goodness. Ends up chipping him out. I don't even know how that hit. This was such a scramble again. Jumps over the low. Swings with some mids. Nothing happens. No hits, nothing. Gets opened up with a down 1. That's terrifying. Hits him back with another down 1. And now chips out the first bar. And on the way down, able to close it out. Barely. Barely staying alive. But staying alive nonetheless is Semiij.
All he had to do was close out the combo. Would have been over. Now Semiij has given
More gunshots.
He's fully given life here.
Semiij looking to keep away, which that's how I play Cassie. Lots of gunshots, lots of backing away. If I can back away, I'm gonna back away. I'm not afraid to get in close and do some combos, but I've got this excellent projectile. Why wouldn't I?
And that's a beefy
Gets in with the shoulder.
Punish. 240, 250 out of Johnny. Meatless punish.
Trying to find the right spacing. There's that Rising Star again. So far, Kombat has only used Rising Star when he has the meter to amplify it as well. There hasn't been a Rising Star done on block that hasn't been made safe with that amplify, which is really good resource management from Kombat. Semiij running out of health here. Here's the launcher. He does have Fatal Blow as well. He goes for the big Fatal Blow combo here. Because he doesn't have the glow kick, because he's got flip out and not the glow kick, which is the only change I would make. The glow kick allows you to do actually big combos into Fatal Blow, but because he doesn't have it, he's gonna have to go for this combo. 40%, not bad, but he needs a little bit more damage, and there it is. The cancel from Kombat again, over and over again. We've seen that cancel be effective. I think that Semiij interrupted it once, but every other time that Kombat went for the cancel, it came up in his favor, and Kombat's gonna take it 3-1 there with that cancel at the end. So that is going to do it for that match as well. Kombat takes it 3-1 over Semiij. Really